Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Meet Marshfield. Marshfield Community Television makes this time available to anyone in town, any person, a place, or event, or a group, or even a business. And so if you know of anyone who would like to be on the show, give us a call at 781-837-4384. And if you would like to see any of our past episodes, just go onto the internet, go to Blip, B-L-I-P TV, and you will see pretty much all of our shows. Today, as you can hear, we are at the Vacuum House in the Marshfield, off of Route 139, and near Blanchard's Liquors. And I would like to introduce to you the owner, Barbara Hallisey. Barbara, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And as we're standing here, we have a customer coming in, and this is what we're going to talk about. That you not only sell new equipment here, but you take care of some of the equipment, like you've taken care of me for years with some of my old uprights that didn't work very well, and the belt went poorly, and all things along that line. But why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into this business?
Well, I started working for the Vacuum House down in Marshfield Center back in 1980, and I was signed on as a secretary type of phone call answering person. And what happened was, as time went on, more and more the responsibilities of dealing with customers, answering their questions, calling up estimates came on my plate. So I decided that I needed to get really familiar with what I was telling people rather than just throw terms out that I had no idea. So I got really familiar with it, and I really began to love the business. I love the service end of it. I love my customers. And so in 1989, the original owner decided he wanted to get out of the real retail end of it. And so he sold me the business. So I've owned it since 1989, and I still love it. I still enjoy coming to work every day.
That's good. I always did in my profession, which was good. Now, you used to be downtown, in the middle of downtown, didn't you? Downtown Marshfield.
Yep, we were downtown. Like I say, originally it opened in 1978, and then 4 years ago, due to cost of operating the heat and cooling of that building, we decided we needed to relocate to someplace that was less expensive. So here we are.
You're right across the hall from us at Marshfield Cable Television.
Great place to be.
That's right, and we happen to be up here by Blanchard's Liquors on Route 139 in the building to the right of Blanchard's Liquors, and just go down into the parking lot and you will find the Vacuum House, just like it was. So now let's talk about a little bit about your background, where you grew up and some of the things that you've done in the past, things along that line.
Well, you know, I grew up in Marshfield, down in Brant Rock. Graduated from my Marshfield High School in 1970, and you know, I've always kind of stuck around here. We live in Pembroke, but my mom still was in Brant Rock up until this past January. But you know, we're just been here and around town, and I actually was looking through an article that one of the local papers had done back in 1993, because I was thinking of things we could say today. And it asked what my goal was. And my goal was to create and leave a thriving business for my kids. And now, all these years later, neither one of my kids really want it. And we've gone, you know, been doing a lot more surviving than thriving, but we're hanging in there. So, and thanks to the people in the area that really, a lot of word of mouth, recommending us to their friends and family. So, it's
Well,
a good place to be.
it is, and that's the important thing about your business. It is unique, because if you're all of a sudden wanting to go and clean up your house with your vacuum cleaner and it doesn't work, where do you go unless you go to the Vacuum House?
That's right. You really, you know, we find a lot of people dropping their stuff off at the transfer stations, and a lot of times it's just a matter of a clog or a belt. And so it's kind of, it's better to have it checked out, and we do a free estimate, which is kind of good. You don't have to spend any money if you don't want to. So
I guess it's like an old car. It has reached its last legs. you probably can't make it go any further. Yeah. But if you brought that in, you would look it over and say, no, you know, it's dead.
Yeah, yeah. At some point, you have to say goodbye. Yes. But but a lot of times, you could you know, by spending a small amount of money, you might get several more years of performance out of a product. Right. So.
Okay, well, we're here in the room, and if anybody has ever been in the business itself, you know that you have a parrot. But we've got the parrot quiet today.
Yes, we try to keep him quiet. He's usually quite raucous, as I'm sure you all can attest to. It was different when we were in our old building because, you know, it was just the one business in the one building. But you can hear him all the way down the hall. He screams, and everybody thinks someone's being killed, but it's only the bird.
What is his name?
PJ. Yeah, he's the one that was in our... We used to have a cable commercial. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good because that's unique too.
Yeah.
So do people come in and say, "Can I see the bird?"
All the time. Right. All the time. This time of year, especially with people having colds, the birds are very susceptible to catching colds. And it's usually about a $600 bill at the vet's office if he gets sick. So this time of year, he kind of stays in the back. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. All right, let's continue on now with some of the things that you have here in the shop. Over to my left, I see that you have some built-in vacuums. Yes. And the reason I'm interested in that because I moved into a condo, and the condo had a built-in vacuum. Yep. And I can say that it's really nice because the dust is not there because it goes through a hose all the way into a closet where the furnace is. You just have to lug a hose around. Yep. There are a lot of good advantages to a built-in vacuum.
Absolutely. You can't get the kind of power from a portable machine that you can from a central vacuum. They have, they're recommended from 5,000 square feet to 20,000 square feet. So you're never going to have a loss of performance in spite of how many feet of pipe you'll put on it. And the attachments now that they make are very, very nice. The hoses are lightweight, they're very flexible, and the power heads have really come a long way over the years. So it's a good product, and any home can have a central vac. Even an existing home, we've done them in antique, you know, revolutionary age homes. We do them, you know, retros, we do new construction. So anyone that owns their own home can have the central vac.
Are they more dust-free than, we say, an upright or a canister?
Absolutely, because your collection unit is usually in the basement or in the garage, depending on the design of the home, and you can vent them outside. So even the microscopic dust that might get through a filter is going to be vented to the outside. So you don't have any of that dust being raised or spewed out by a canister. There are a lot of good machines, portable machines, that do retain a lot of the dust. And a lot of allergies are developing more and more all the time. So there are a lot of options out there as far as retaining the dust, but the central vac is the most effective way.
Okay. Now, I know that you install them. Do you also repair them?
We absolutely do. I have quite a plethora of repairs waiting to be picked up even as we speak. And we also are able to repair the attachment parts of them, the hoses. Hoses can all, you know, a lot of times the switches can be repaired on them. The cords can be repaired. So it's not necessarily a whole hose that you have to buy. It's always good to have it checked out. So, so we do a lot of repairs. We do a lot of service calls for people that have clogs or, you know, broken face plates or whatever the case may be. So.
Now, who does the repairing?
My husband and I do most of the repairs, yeah. On clogs, normally I send him out. He can go do that. Yeah. So, but we do most of the repairs in the repair room here, and.
But you'd also go out to a home and do a central vac repair.
Yeah, well, we do. We will do, like I say, unclogs, replacing broken face plates, things like that. But normally, if there's a problem with the power unit, we will go and pull it and bring it in. Right. Or the customers can actually take the machine off the wall and carry it in themselves and save the house call fee.
Do you have construction people come in and say, we're putting in a brand new,
yes.
And you work with them?
Yes, yeah. That's where my husband is today. We usually do, you know, 3 jobs a week, new construction. It's starting to pick up again. Things are looking better. So we're actually starting the new veterinary hospital in Weymouth tomorrow. So they're putting in the central vac there. So, yeah, we do it all the time. So
Good. We're in the vacuum house here in Marshfield on Route 139, talking with Barbara Hallisey, the owner. And we talked about the central vacs. Let's talk about some of the items that are behind us, which are the uprights.
yes, well,
And-
our uprights are, like I had mentioned, we only carry things that have a minimum 2-year manufacturer warranty. SIBO is a German machine, and the SIBO is really a nice product in that they cover everything bumper to bumper for 5 years. So it's a nice product. It is gonna, and they don't give you a problem on the warranty submissions. I call, I say I need this, I give the serial number, boom, I have it in 2 days.
So that's quite important, isn't it?
It is, because the consumer isn't going to be nickeled and dimed, or, you know, sometimes even more after making the purchase. I can say with confidence, you know, other than a labor fee, which usually amounts to about $20, you know, even for a major repair, they cover everything for 5 years. Miele is another German machine, and it's a great machine. They cover the motors for 7 years, and then they cover the rest of the machine for a year. We love both products, and they're both very good performance. My personal preference would be the SIBO. And they're really very maneuverable. The attachments are really, really powerful, and it's a nice, nice design. So we like this one.
Oh, so basically you deal with the 2 machines here in the...
Well, we also sell a small selection of the Auric machines, but the Auric is now mostly factory stores. But we do carry a couple of models for our customers that are long, you know, they've had the Aurics for many, many years, and they really love their Aurics. And so we, you know, do have a couple of the normal models available for purchase for our customers. So,
Well, while we're here, let's turn our attention to what's on the wall, and I think our cameraman John Grabowski can pick this up. You have quite a number of vacuum bags here.
yes, we try to supply or make available to our customers anything that you might buy at Walmart, Lowe's, any of those stores. A lot of times they will carry just the item, and then when you need supplies, you can't find them. So if we don't have them here on the wall, the customer can call me and give me a model and a make of the machine, and we will get the bags. So
And the phone number would be?
1-800-696-3939.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if not, they can come on in and say, I have...
Yeah. Yeah. Even we've had situations with people that have machines that are old, and they've discontinued the vacuum bags. And a lot of times we can find something that will fit. We'll, you know, work with them and see what they need. So
anyone looking at the program, don't be afraid to come on in with your question. Even if it seems silly to you, I'm sure it's not to Barbara.
no, it's never. No, we're always glad to take a minute and see if there's something, you know, because we're not all made of money.
That's true.
And, you know, sometimes that will make a big difference. So we try to help there.
Okay, let's continue on here with what we have on some of the... I want to go back to the built-in vacuums again.
Yeah.
To show what you have in, say, my garage. I have one of these big tanks,
Yep.
and that's all that is as far as a built-in vacuum, correct?
Well, that's basically the collection unit, and basically speaking, they have all different designs. On your Electrolux, it's a bottom dump bucket, and you have a filter that you need to clean.
Yeah.
These that we carry here are a top fill. There's no bucket, and you just lift the bag out and change it, and you're good to go. there's a lot of different designs, and we repair all the different brands and designs. So we carry Beam, which is a very popular unit, and this is a bottom dump bucket with a Gore-Tex filter, and so it's very effective also in retaining the dust. Now, I don't know, did they give you one of these in your condo? Well, geez, you should have one.
Tell me about it.
This is called a vac pan. And the vac pan is installed usually underneath the kitchen cabinet. And it pipes to the central vac. And you activate it with your toe. And it sends all the dirt down to the central vac. So if you're working in the kitchen and you're making meatballs and you drop crumbs all over the floor, rather than having to go get the broom or, you can, I use my stocking foot a lot. Yeah. That's the real lazy way to do it. But you can take a little broom and just sweep it down there. A lot of people will put them in mud rooms, and, bathroom vanities for losing the hair, and so it's very convenient that way.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Another thing that we carry that's very popular now are the hose socks. And the hose sock is a cushion that goes along the outside of the hose, so you're not ripping up your woodwork as you're vacuuming around the house. Because most of us vacuum with a vengeance because we really don't like doing it. So it's like, ah! So this is a good way to protect your woodwork and the hose. So we carry those.
Does it attach to the hose?
It actually zips right on. Yeah, yep. It's a little cushion, and you can take it off for laundering. So it's very convenient that way. Yep.
Now let's talk about the machines and their ability or inability to pick up pet hair, because I have two long-haired ragdoll cats.
Oh, the ragdoll.
The ragdolls. Oh, they're so
they're
cute.
so precious.
They are. But I never realized how much fur they really had.
Okay. Well, basically speaking, any of the machines that have a power head, you need a power head. Basically speaking, most of the machines, now for instance, this power head, okay, this is made by SIBO. And what's really lovely about this is that rather than having to take a tool to clean off the ragdoll hair, this brush, this cap swivels, you pull the brush out and clean it. You don't even have to take a screwdriver to it. And as far as clogs go, that access plate, so it minimizes your need for, tools to get that nozzle cleaned.
Is this the only model that does that?
The SIBO is unique in that design, and they do make a power head for the central vac in the SIBO. So we do carry those. Then most all the other machines that we carry do have pretty easily accessible brushes. A lot of times with really long hair and some issues that people have, I'll often tell them, use your floor tool quickly on the rug to get the real bulk of the loose hair, and then use your brush. Then it's not going to wrap around so much. So it makes it a little less, it won't build up as much. So
I'm continually taking the hair out.
yeah, well, see, I've never cleaned up after a ragdoll cat, so I don't know, but I have seen them.
Yes.
I have seen them, and I know they're so soft. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. You got a few. What hours are you open? The days and the hours.
Okay, we're here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and on Saturdays we're here 8:30 to 3. And there's somebody here on site most every day to give you an estimate or do a quick repair. We do a lot of repairs while you wait. It's something that most people in the business frown upon, but I figure if it saves somebody a trip and it's going to be a quick fix, why not?
Well, I think that's the reason for your success, is you take care of the people when they come in.
I think so. I think that it does make a difference. I think a lot of our word of mouth is, oh, bring it down there. They'll take care of it for you. So
Are most of the repairs belts? Because that's all that I had when I brought them in.
a lot of times it's a quick, simple, belt change, and that unless we're really busy, we can usually do that while you're here. So.
Now you are on the internet too, right?
Yep. Our website is www.vacuumhousemarshfield.com. Yep. I should change it because it's so long. I think it's a hard one, but and it's very specific. I've been told it's very specific, and if you don't know exactly where I am, you won't find the.
No, but the thing is that it just goes together, vacuumhousemarshfield.com, so that's easy. So, well, we talked about the parent. I like particularly the sign that every once in a while you have out on your truck, and I know we're going to get a picture of that before we leave, but it's so apropos. Everything we sell sucks.
It does.
Yeah, it does. So,
well, and funny thing is that we'll go to a job to do a finish on a central vac, and the last thing we say, yep, it sucks. Yeah. So it's a good thing, you know. You have to have a sense of humor. Yes, you do. And my mother was not thrilled with that sign. I can promise you that. I've had quite a few people frown, but most people think it's humorous. So.
All right. Anything else here that we should talk about that you would like to get in here today?
Well, I would like to mention a lot of the people out there right now are purchasing really inexpensive uprights that are bagless, and they have filters. And a lot of people don't realize that they have to purchase new filters on them quite frequently, and they'll bring things in really bad shape. And mostly it's because they just need to change those filters. And we, like I said, with the bags, same thing with the bags. If we don't stock it, we can get it for you. So rather than leave it on the side of the road and have more go into the landfill, check it out, make sure that might be all it is.
And a lot of people, I think, don't realize that a clogged filter cuts down on the sucking power.
Absolutely, that's how the machine breathes. So if it's blocked, it's not going to suck.
Okay, so you do have plenty of the filters.
Yeah, we do. We stock most of them, belts, bags, filters, and you know, like I say, if you need a major part, we are happy to get you an estimate on a part replacement or a part repair. So
let's talk about canisters, because we haven't done that. We've done the uprights, which are behind us, and I think you have two canisters that I'm looking at over here.
Specialty ones. Those are not really, those are ones you'd give to the kid going to college. Oh, okay. You know, something that, you know, would kind of not fare too well over the long haul. We do carry the Miele canisters, and we carry the Riccar products. And they are all designed to hold up well. The Miele's have a 7-year motor warranty. The Sebos have a 5-year bumper-to-bumper. And they all have HEPA filtration. So they're not going to expel the dust. And a lot of people are concerned about the dust. So,
what would be the advantage of either one?
An upright really is designed for carpet, okay? Most people are buying an upright and they're thinking they're going to go from rug to bare floor, and it's really not the best design for that function. Your upright is really geared for rug with an occasional edge, okay, or a quick scoot across the floor. But if you have nice floors, you're going to want to change the tool out to do a soft brush on the bare floor. And that's where the canister is more practical. Easier to change the attachments, more multi-function. It's like a central vac in a small body on wheels, right? So it's much more functional for multiple use. Dusting, crevices, bare floors, and then quick change on the attachments to go onto the rug. But, yeah.
Do you find a lot of the new construction nowadays, I don't know what percentage would be, are in with the central vacs?
Most of your higher-end builders over the last 10 years would rough it in. They would have the pipes installed. But a lot of times they would leave it up to the homeowner to actually do the finish if they wanted to do the finish. Our real premier builders were including the system with the package, like the alarm, air, and vacuum. The last 5 years, 4 years, they're mostly making it optional, and that way it leaves it up to the customer. But as long as the pipes are there, when they do need a vacuum, put the central in. You're all ready to go. You just need to buy the unit and the attachments. So, but a lot of the builders are, you know, really conscious of making a complete home. That way, you know, you're not having to do it all later on. So.
And the thing is, once you have a central vac, it'll probably last the lifetime of the building, I would imagine, versus perhaps one of the other machines you might have to buy 2 or 3 or 4 in your lifetime.
Well, absolutely, because you're not going to get the wear and tear on the overall body of the machine as you would, you know, with a portable, because it's stationary. It's a built-in appliance. You may have to do some replacements on some tools over the life of the machine, but that would be wear items. But as far as long life, you know, it's like a fridge or a washer dryer or something like that, and you would hope to get a good long service out of it. We have a central vac that we took back in trade because the customer moved into a larger home. We took that in trade 7 years ago, and it's been in a home that we are under construction with over the last 7 years and has been terribly mistreated and is in still great shape. So, I mean, they do take a lot of abuse and keep going, so.
Well, I think we've come to the end of our visit today to the vacuum house in Marshfield. The number is 781-837-3100 if you're here in town. And if you're not in town, the number is?
1-800-696-3939.
And we happen to be up here by Blanchard's Liquors on Route 139. It's very easy to find. The sign is usually out front. And so if you have anything wrong with your vacuum cleaner at home, or if you want a new one, or you need a filter, or anything along that line, come on up and talk to Barbara Hallisey and say hi to the parrot, occasionally the dog, and have a good time up here. So Barbara, thanks so much for being on this show. You're welcome. And let's see, this is the end of Meet Marshfield. We're on the road today. And so until the next issue, make it a good day.